What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. And today we are back with Barca Weekly. And today we are back with the panel show. And today we got a lot of fire topics to talk about, guys, with the panel. So make sure to smash up the likes and subscribe, guys. What's it called? Big up to everybody. You know what I'm saying, guys? Smash up the like, subscribe. Big up Warrior, EJ, Fakadu, right, and Mus for pulling through. How you guys doing, man?
I'm
Good,
just,
man. Good.
I'm just ready for international break to be over. But on top of that, everything's going good. It's just another day. I'm good.
And what about the rest of you guys? You guys doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. No Barca issues to deal with this weekend. Looking forward to next weekend. Watch the Spain games. Those were really good games. So
we're gonna talk a little bit about that
again.
Nah, brother. Do you guys see that Lamine Yamal masterclass? He was phenomenal. Honestly, man, he had that one Travella pass to Ferran. He could have had three or four, bro. Honestly, man.
But he was absolutely amazing. But let's talk about Pedri. The man of the match.
Bro, guys, I ain't gonna lie. That Pedri first goal was phenomenal, bro.
Ridiculous goal,
outside
man.
of the box, hey, he's adding outside of the box shot into his bag, man. That's something that he didn't have before. It's looking scary, man. And for the second goal, the way he opened up his body, the guy is
Whoa! What do you mean open up his body? Whoa!
Pause.
Hey, pause!
All right, guys.
Let's be real.
Big up to everybody, guys. Smash up the flipping likes and subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's get to 1,500 subscribers, right? We got a fire panel, right? Box office right here. So make sure to smash up the likes. Do not be like Vinicius when he said he's going to do 10 times more and give 100 times less. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, guys, I'm saying we start off with the breaking news of Barcelona. It's officially announced that we're going to be playing at the Johan Cruyff Stadium. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. I was saying to everybody, I cannot wait for the Camp Nou. And, of course, bro, Barcelona, the gift that
Eunice, listen, Laporta is Nigerian, man. So I'm Nigerian, so I know how Nigerians. If the Nigerian tells you something, never believe that shit. Until we actually play in the stadium, I am not believing anything Laporta says at all. This stadium was supposed to be open a year and a half ago, dude.
Bro,
they made a whole video presentation.
Yes.
Announcing the stadium, 10th of August. Bro, I was hyped. And
it's just
that's what I'm saying, bro. Did you guys see Jan Laporte? He was like lying down on the pitch like a week ago.
Yeah,
I thought something crazy was about to happen, but then we're not even playing in the stadium, so it's like, what's happening, man? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
At this point, I'd rather play at the Montjuic
just wait till the stadium's complete. At this point, I'm tired of hearing about the stadium. I'm done with it. Just whatever, man.
I mean, the Johan Cruyff Stadium is only 6,000 people, and apparently only the members or the people who have subscription or something can watch that game.
VIP.
It's not even available for the normal people, if I'm not mistaken, for the game against Valencia. So,
hey, Mus, what you saying, bro? Mus, what are you saying about the stadium news, bro? That breaking news.
No, I was disappointed, man. I thought we were gonna play in Camp Nou, but I don't know. Did they even say when we're gonna play on there?
Bro, nothing. Like we don't know, bro. It's up to God, bro. Like nobody knows when we're gonna come back home, bro. It's crazy.
So you guys think the PSG game is in jeopardy? We're not gonna play in there?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question.
I think maybe Montjuic. I think it's going to be happy. Most likely Montjuic.
Honestly, the issue is, why are it's been 2 years, by the way, 2 years, and we're still waiting for the whole stadium to be renovated. Like, I'm sorry, but there needs to be some questions about the construction company, because we hired a bunch of Turkish to renovate our stadium. Brother, do you not know that Arda Güler is from Turkey? Why are you hiring a bunch of Turkish people? Don't hire a bunch of animals to do the job. It's gonna be too long.
This madness.
Animals is crazy.
That's crazy. But you know what I have to say? I have to say this, guys, right? Bro, nobody's talking about how the Johan Cruyff Stadium, it's way smaller than the Olympic Stadium, the Montjuic that we're playing at right now. I think the capacity is only 6K.
How about the capacity?
It's only 6K, bro.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm
So
pretty sure it's 6K.
I have a question. So what happens to
my
those
God.
people who've actually, so people, I'm sure there are a lot of season tickets or holders who bought tickets expecting to go to a larger stadium. So we're going to be playing at a stadium with 6,000 capacity. What happens to those people who bought those other tickets? Like, what do you do? What do you do with them? Do they get compensated?
I
Like,
don't think
how does that work?
I
Man,
don't think they bought a ticket for sale. I don't think they bought it online. Anything
no
like that.
way.
Yeah,
No
but I'm
way.
sure there's season ticket holders, right? And I'm sure Barcelona sells a good amount of season tickets each year.
AJ, do you think they even made the season ticket available, given the fact
Yeah,
that the home
that's a good
stadium,
point. Yeah, that's a good point.
stadium is
Yeah,
not even confirmed? So I don't
correct.
think Barcelona.
That's it.
Yeah,
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I just had to say because I want to get all of your reactions instantly, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to hear about the Camp Nou or the stadium. At first, the hype was amazing, but now it's like, bro, like you guys
Yeah,
keep
I'm
on,
over it. Yeah.
you know what it is? It's like recycling news that's like hype, but it's not happening. Like, and now we get the delay officially. The Valencia game is gonna be at the Johan Cruyff Arena, so I'm like, Jan Laporta, man. I don't know. Also, guys, I want to ask all you guys. Do you guys like Jan Laporta? Because a lot of fans call him Lai Porta. A lot of fans say this and that about him. Like, what are your thoughts on Jan Laporta in general?
So so I've been a Barcelona fan for a while, and I'm always going to have a special place in my heart for Juan Laporta because he brought us back from the horrible days of the early 2000s when he took over, brought Ronaldinho in, eventually brought Pep in. So I'm always very biased towards Juan Laporta, and I do think he tends to favor La Masia, the La Masia project. I like that about him also. But in terms of running the business over the last couple of years, I've not been very impressed. And my main issue with him is how duplicitous he is. Right, he's not a very candid person. He's a politician, and that's my biggest issue. If he was just honest with us, hey guys, this was going on, this is the issue, and just be clear with us. He doesn't do that. I think he speaks out of both sides of his mouth. So right now, I don't. In terms of running Barcelona as a as a business, I'm not a huge fan. But for the sporting projects, though, I do still prefer him over most other people because I think he's always going to favor La Masia players. And I do believe Barcelona is La Masia. And I think it's one of the few owners or presidents who I felt, at least since I've followed Barcelona, that tends to favor La Masia. So again, during the mid to late 2000s, the Messi era, he brought those La Masia players in. When he came back again, now you will see La Masia coming back up again. So that's the reason I favor Laporta, because I think it tends to prioritize La Masia.
Yeah, Wario, what you saying about Jan Laporta in general, man?
I agree, to be honest. Sometimes he's not completely honest, but to be honest, he took us from in the mud, man. You guys know when Bartomeu left us, Barcelona was absolutely broke, financial situations. Bro, Barcelona were all over the place. And the fact that he brought us from that point to now, I mean, we still facing some we're still facing some registration issues, but still, at the same time, sometimes he makes promises that he cannot uphold. Sometimes he just trying to calm. He knows how to calm the fans down, man. This guy knows how to talk with the fans because this guy, let's be honest, the situation Barcelona are in and how the fans are reacting, I say most, like 60% of the fans love the guy. Despite the Barcelona facing this, we couldn't even registered Rooney Badji. We barely registered Rashford, Juan Garcia, and the fans still like the guy, man.
No, but this is the thing. I have to say this. I like Jan Laporta, but I admit he has taken, like recently especially, Jan Laporta has taken his L's. Like, I admit it. Like, I'm not going to lie to the fan base and tell you, like, Jan Laporta has been perfect. Right, with the registration, guys, they told us at the beginning of this transfer window in the summer, they said that Barcelona has entered the 1-to-1 rule. Remember that, like 1-2 weeks that Barcelona has officially entered the 1-to-1 rule, and this was like in like the middle of the Nico Williams saga, and then like at the end of the day, we're not in the 1-to-1 rule. And we're not going back to the stadium. And I'm going to be honest, back-to-back summers, I don't really like how Barcelona – I don't like the business, man. I feel like I understand the financial constraints, but listen, this is why I defend Jan Laporta. I still think roster-wise, if you go back 4 or 5 years and you fast forward 4 or 5 years, Jan Laporta somehow built a squad without money. And that's amazing still to me. You know what I'm saying?
So I suppose my question then would be, I mean, I don't think Jan Laporta has no reason to destroy Barcelona, right? It's not in his best interest. So I believe when he mentioned that we're going to be in a 1-to-1 rule back, I think 4 months ago, I think that was predicated on us selling some VIP seats at the Camp Nou. I think he truly expected for the Camp Nou to be completed. And I don't know if you guys have worked with contractors. Contractors are notoriously unreliable. Like, I've had to remodel my house multiple times. They'll tell you something. It's never the case, right? So I'm sure they're telling Jan Laporta also, yes, it's going to be done in the middle of August. Then something comes up. So I don't think he's intentionally trying to do this, to be quite honest with you. I think he means well, but there's just a lot of things working against him, you know? So, I mean, like, I think Value mentioned this, Barcelona made over $1 billion last year in revenues. 1 billion, and yet we're still not in the 1-to-1. And I'm granted, I think that's because I don't really understand this 1-to-1 rule thing that well. If you make $1 billion in revenue and you're still broke, is it because of our past our debts? Like, what is it? I don't quite understand, and I'm sure Laporta and his people are way smarter than I am financially, but I don't think he's doing this intentionally. I think Barcelona were in a shit situation. We owe a lot of money. And our Tebas is not going to let us spend the money that we're actually making right now, you know. So, but I think Laporta is doing his best. I think he's doing his best. Yeah, he tends to be it's not very forthcoming, but I think he's hoping, right? He's saying, we're going to get this done. We're going to get that. Shit just keeps working against him.
EJ, I agree. That's my thing. I think Jan Laporta, at the end of the day, he has good intention.
Yes,
I know that he has he fails, but first of all, I know what you're gonna say. Like he over promises, under deliver. You're right, and I've called him out for his L's. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you that Jan Laporta is perfect, but I feel like his intention is good, and I still feel confident of him as the Barcelona president. But Barca Volume, what are you saying about the breaking news? Barcelona playing at the Johan Cruyff Stadium against Valencia, man.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing okay.
It's good to see you, Volume.
So one thing I would say with EJ though, remember we're not in the 1-1 rule, which means we're in the 4-1 rule. So when people say how can Barcelona make so much money and not have any money to spend, it's because for every $4 we make, we can only spend $1. So that's one issue. So like we can have money in the bank and not be able to spend it because we're not in the 1-1. We're being penalized by violating certain regulations when it comes to economically, right? So if we're overspending, then that means we're not in the 1-1 rule. So right now, technically, we're in the 1-4-1 rule or 1-4 rule, whatever you want to call it, which means every $4 we can only spend $1. So that's why I was saying that, you know, selling Casado and selling Fermin wasn't going to make a difference because we can only spend 25% of whatever we make. So that doesn't add up to much money, to be honest. So like, especially if we sell them for 50 million euros.
How do you fix it though?
How do you fix it? Well, you go back to the 1-1 rule. So, for example,
so how do you get back to the 1-1 rule then?
Yeah. So technically, right now, where we stand, we're very close from what we're hearing. We don't have the statements, but technically, what's supposed to happen is once Barcelona gets back in the stadium, which we're supposed to do that by the Real Sociedad game, because if we don't get back to the Spotify Camp Nou by the Real Sociedad game, then that means we're basically paying this whole year in Montjuic. And that means, you know, if we can go back by the Real Sociedad game, that means we can go back to the Spotify Camp Nou also for the UEFA Champions League, which means now we have the VIP seats, the 100 million euros that we can bring in. That will take us back to the 1-1 rule. Now, if that doesn't take us back to the 1-1 rule, then I don't think we'll ever be back in the 1-1 rule because people have been saying this, like we're supposed to be back. So once we get this 100 million euros into the books and we get approved the VIP seats, we're back to the 1-1 rule, which basically essentially means now we can spend money coming for that could be for January for the winter break. We can find somebody who can come in and help us out in mid-season, or just save the money and wait for the following year So that's how you go back to the 1-1 rule. From what I knew, this was the guarantee side, but it was going to be the longest, because when the season started, Laporta even said this. When we were asking Ter Stegen to sign that paper, was because having him sign that paper was easier than doing it the other way around, which was getting the VIP seats was going to take so much longer. So once that happens, I'm going to be shocked if we're not back at the 1-1 rule by the time that we get back to the Camp Nou. But
exactly.
But
I do want to say this, Barcelona. Rafiki, get in on the conversation. I mean, what was your thoughts, bro, on the breaking news, right? We're going to talk about some other stuff, but what was your reaction to Barcelona playing the first game, at least at the Johan Cruyff Arena?
To be honest, hello to everyone.
Hey, man.
I was a bit late, but what I was just trying to say is, to be honest, like, I was not surprised, like, seriously, like, from everything that was going on in this club. Like, come on, like, we shouldn't be surprised the fact that we are not going to be back in Camp Nou, and I don't generally think we'll be back in Camp Nou anytime soon. So for me, it was not a surprise. I was at work when I got, because I have this like messages that pop up on my phone. So like when I saw it, I put my phone back so quick in my pocket, because I just knew that was going to happen, like that we're not going to be back at the Camp Nou.
No, we have to be, because like if we want to get back
I know we have to be. Listen, I know we have to be, but that's not the reality we are in right now.
But hear me out. No, the reason I just want to say this real quick. If we're not in the 1-1 rule, right? No. Like how like if we're not in the Camp Nou, we're not gonna be in the 1-1 rule. That's why
we shouldn't. Yeah, true. And we shouldn't expect us to be back in 1-1 rule anytime soon either. We shouldn't. We should just. That's it. This is the scenario we're in right now in the club. We shouldn't even be focused on that, because it's just out of our hands right now. Like the only thing what's in our hands right now, it's what's going on the pitch. What these players are doing right now. How are they performing? That's it. The other stuff, it's like background stuff. Like there's no way they've been talking like for almost 2 years, 1 year, going back to 1-1 rules, selling VIP seats, you name it. You understand what I mean? Like the results of the team, the way they perform, that's what's important right now. How are we gonna play this season and in the Champions League?
No, but this is the thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, it's kind of crazy how he's actually right. Rafiki saying that we were promised the 1-1 rule 2 years ago, and then last year, and then even this summer. And then I don't think we're gonna reach it. I think maybe we get into the 1-1 rule around February if I'm like optimistic. But like, I really hope for next summer, because if we go another summer with only one signing, I don't know if it's gonna cut it. Like the last 2 years.
No. I'm telling you, be prepared for the worst case scenario, because like we've been fooled.
Bro, by the time the transfer window starts, summer, we have to be in the 1-on-1.
So I have a question. So the 1-1 run is really the gist of it is based on La Liga wants you to spend. They don't want teams to deficit spend, right? So they want teams to spend the amount of money they take in, right? So they want to make sure your account is balanced. So is Barcelona in the 1-1 room because of our previous overspending, and we have all this debt that we have to like meet up? Because it seems we're making a lot of money, but first, how much did Barcelona spend last year? Are they counting this the money invested in the stadiums, our loan repayment, player salary, and all of those was more than the 1 billion that we received? Is that why? Like, I'm just trying to understand. So what does it take for us? How much money do we have to make for us to get into the 1-1 rule? I'm not really understanding this. So Volume mentioned that if the VIP seat is going to be $100 million. So is that the amount of money we need to make then?
No, it's less, but I think this is well above the amount that Barcelona needed. Because even with the Ter Stegen, let's say if we would have terminated Ter Stegen situation, they said that was going to... See, the thing with Barcelona that you have to understand is until we see the statements, we don't know. We can just we can only speculate, because they're not going to let us in on that information. But going back to your question, Jonas, because I want to give you my thoughts on this before I go, is that, dude, it's just so ridiculous to me how always let's say option B was going to be the Johan Cruyff, not option A. So they said Camp Nou was option A, and Johan Cruyff was going to be option B. Now they said the same thing about the UCL. They said Camp Nou is option A, just in case, it's Montjuic. And at the end of the day, like, they are the ones who actually know the truth. Why they don't just say, you know what, I don't think we're back. The option A is the Johan Cruyff, and then nobody gets surprised every single time. So now the same thing will happen. If the Camp Nou is not ready, same thing will happen with the Champions League. They're going to say, oh, now option B. No, option B should have been option A, because that was the most likely scenario, is to have us back, then to have us back at the Camp Nou if it's not ready. Like, to me, when I see the videos, it looks beautiful. It looks great. It looks finished. But it's just a matter of, I guess it's just a matter of like setting up and taking down from the construction. That's just going to push them back even more. So they don't want to keep doing that in between fans and all that. And the schedule is so relentless. So, I mean, to me, I would have been perfectly fine to just play next season at the Spotify Camp Nou, to be honest, and just forget this whole saga about venues and places and this and that. Now, hopefully, we can be back by the Real Sociedad game, because that's the one that I was talking to you guys about. That, to me, that's the most important one, because that's the one that's going to tell us if we're going to be playing at the Camp Nou for the UCL, and that's ultimately the one that really matters.
That's a huge game. But guys, we have over 50 people in the building, guys. Smash up the likes. A minimum of 45 likes, guys. Let's get to at least 40 likes right now ASAP. But guys, I do want to move off of the Camp Nou. It's a bit disappointing. I really want to be in the Camp Nou for that PSG game. But and imagine that was the opening game. That would be absolutely sick. But I do want to move on, guys, and speak about this news right here, because Barcelona have been absolutely hit with the injury bug. Oh my word, guys! Have you guys seen Alejandro Balde out for I think 2.5 weeks now? And then we got Gavi out with a knee injury. We got Frenkie de Jong. He's got some glute discomfort, and apparently he's gonna miss 2 games. I don't believe Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, this is a 2 days ago. Lamine Yamal played the game, but it's Balde, Gavi, Frenkie de Jong, and we got some big games against Newcastle, against PSG, even that Valencia game. I know we've destroyed Valencia. They've been our whipping boys, but it's like, still, bro, we got some very big games. So what are you guys saying about it, man?
I'm going to say this. Balde was not even called up for international break, so him getting injured is just shocking to me, because he's been very, very important to us. But what?
Well,
somebody say something?
Keep going.
All right. Balde getting injured is shocking, but I think I understand why he got injured, because of the challenge on that. Okay, when we played Rayo Vallecano, I think one of the Rayo Vallecano players pretty much made a dirty challenge on Balde, and that's probably why he got injured. So that's understandable why Balde got injured. So missing Balde against Newcastle, we are going to be in for a long game at St. James Park. Plus, don't forget, they have freaking Dan Burn and Nick Woltemade. They're like fucking 6 foot. So that's danger. But
can I say this?
Elanga as well, bro.
Yeah, can I say this though? Maybe Gerard Martin could be a good fit, given the fact that he's tall.
Don't forget Callum Hudson-Odoi plays for.
Hold up, why is Gerard Martin a good fit? I actually want to know.
I mean, I know. First of all, I think he's going to have a very difficult time against Elanga, because he's not that fast. But from set pieces, however, the guy is tall, man. He's Barcelona, by the way, we don't even have that much tall players, man. Let's be honest. He could be one of the only players that can defend us from those corners. Set pieces.
Nah, bro.
Give it a rest.
Wait. Gerard Martin is not going to do shit.
You see how tall Nick Woltemade is. Nick Woltemade and fucking Dan Burn are like fucking 6 foot. You think Gerard Martin can defend that? Get the hell out of here with that.
Well, you know what it is, guys. I'm gonna be honest. You have to reserve. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Gerard Martin, I understand he has world-class crossing, bro. He's like, for me, he's got to prove it again, bro. Dumfries, how can Dumfries back-to-back game legacy games? But you're right, that Elanga matchup that's a mismatch, bro.
And also,
I don't know why Balde is doing this to us, bro. Like, genuinely.
The reason Balde got injured, did you guys notice how many times that dude had to run the last 3 games, running back and forth, chasing down, trying to after high line again. After the high line got broken out, how many sprints he had to make back and forth,
I told you guys.
I expected Balde was going to get injured.
I told you.
Let me finish. He was trying to cover so many spaces over our last 3 games. This is bound to happen. Our players are sprinting each time with our suicidal highline every single time, trying to break up plays. This is eventually going to happen, So missing Balde against Newcastle is not going to be fun at all. It's not going to be a fun game. It's not because the Newcastle, they're going to sit back and just counter.
Exactly.
And I don't know if Gerard Martin, he's not quick enough to adapt to that. But now, one thing I will say, I do want to see Jeffrey Torrance play a little bit more. So perhaps this is going to. I know, but I do think there's something with Jeffrey Torrance. So I do want to see what he brings. I'd much rather play Jeffrey Torrance at left than to play Gerard Martin, honestly.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he does that, because wouldn't be surprised if Flick does that. But the thing is, I did mention this when we were playing this highline thing, that when I said injuries, some of us were saying like, don't jinx it and stuff like that. But this highline, there's 2 players or 3 players that have injury. Believe me, it's just the beginning, bro.
They're running too much, man.
Can we talk about this though?
Unnecessary as
well. By the way, Alejandro Balde, his serious injuries is getting concerning now. First of all, 23-24 season, he missed the second half of the part of the season after getting injured against Athletic Bilbao, if I'm not mistaken. 24-25, he got injured in the most important part, and now he's going to probably miss against PSG, if I'm not mistaken. I really hope he doesn't. Newcastle, he will miss. Man, we need a serious backup for him, man. And by the reaction I'm getting from even suggesting Gerard Martin, we need a serious backup.
Oh, okay, Fakato, go, because I have a take on Gerard Martin, but Fakato, go, bro, go. What are you gonna say?
Well, the thing is, I think we need to put Balde on that special treatment that Pedri had, because the fact that Pedri is able to stay fit, we need to put Balde and Dani Olmo on that same treatment so we can keep Balde fit. And let me just say this, Balde getting injured against Leganes pretty much cost us, because that loss to Inter wouldn't have happened if Balde was there. But I'm sorry, I'm concerned about Balde's injuries, but I hope Hansi Flick can fix that, because we need to keep Balde fit. Dani Olmo, I mean, look, call me crazy, but I think Dani Olmo is going to have to be on the bench for Fermin Lopez, because I don't see what Dani Olmo offers. I mean, I know he won us a couple of points, but like the guy is just getting too inconsistent. So I have to I'm going to keep Dani Olmo on my. I'm keeping a close eye on Dani Olmo. He's on my fraud watch list, because
can I ask you, Ricardo?
You know what's funny? A lot of fans are saying that.
Wait, on their best. What were you asking me, Wari?
On their best, Olmo or Fermin Lopez? Who are you taking?
Oh,
almost a better player than Fermin Lopez.
Can I be honest, guys?
Almost a better player. Come on, guys. Just not.
All right, listen. I'm gonna say this. At their best, I'm taking Olmo. I know everybody else for me. At their best,
if Olmo is on his game, Olmo is better, bro.
Olmo is playing good. Barcelona, bro. You guys saw it, man. The first half of the season.
That's true. But here's the thing. I don't know if Hansi Flick is going to change the formation in the game, but I need to see some more defending from Barca, because we can't just keep conceding.
They changed the rule, right? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, that I don't know.
When is it going to go in? When is it going to happen?
It's not fake, bro. I think it's fake.
For next bro, it's not fake. It's literally all over.
I don't think so.
I've seen it, but I haven't seen like official. I'm still not like. There's no way that's going to be because it's going to be unfair. It's going to be unfair.
I'm telling you, bro. Just check it out.
I want to comment to something that Ricardo mentioned about trying to have some defensive skill on our team. I don't necessarily. I don't think you need like three. I don't know if you guys know Claude Makelele. You don't need 3 Claude Makelele midfielders in your team to be defensively solid. When Barca had Sergio Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta, these were not the Claude Makelele type of players, but we're still defensively solid because we kept the ball. We didn't make mistakes. The entire team pressed as a whole. We don't need these specialist defensive players to be good defensively. We just have to all play very well and keep the ball, don't make mistakes, press as a group. We don't need a Claude Makelele on our team. So from that perspective, I see Dani Olmo as a more technically able player than Fermin Lopez at their best. Now, of course, the injury concerns is something we have to think about, but if it's fit, I'd still rather have Dani Olmo as my 10 than Fermin Lopez.
I agree.
I hear it. But yeah, against Newcastle at St. James Park, which is, I believe, next week, right? Next week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Thursday.
Oh my God.
Thursday.
Match. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, I think, okay, you might call me crazy, but I don't think Araujo should start at St. James Park because he cannot handle pressure. Look.
Why?
What?
Oh, I mean, you know what? No, hear me out. That's not a bad take because as much as I've defended Araujo and a lot of people don't like that, I think that's a game, bro. They're gonna press the heck out of us.
You don't have Araujo on that team. We need ball players in that game.
You do not.
Chris is just scored for Denmark. He's playing well.
I was going to talk about that. So you guys go ahead and do your thoughts. I'll speak when Barca reacts. Gives me the chance. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem, Fakado. I got you. But my point is this: I actually was gonna say, right? I mean, somebody in the chat is saying Balde's a road runner. This is the thing I have to say, and I want to say it with the panel, right? Balde, you know how we all credit Andreas Christensen because he never makes mistakes. He never is really at fault, and it's only good for him. He's never really making mistakes out of position, sweeping. Like Andreas, we give him credit for that. But Balde, he's very similar. Like Balde does not really make mistakes leading to goal. Like matter of fact, he's one of the guys that I really trust in the high line. He's always sweeping. And I'm looking at that game again, especially against Newcastle, because PSG have their own injuries. I think that Newcastle game got a lot tougher, bro. Because I'm be honest, guys. I understand Gerard Martin offensively can do it. He's a way better crosser than Balde. But defensively, man, on that counterattack, which Newcastle are going to play, I just don't trust Gerard Martin. I don't think he's athletic enough. And I think Barcelona, that's a game I'm like, if we have injuries, we could drop points. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm going to be real.
Drop points.
Can I say this though? It's already confirmed that Alejandro Balde is going to miss that game, so we don't have any option but Gerard Martin to start. But Araujo for me has to start because let's be honest, man. I know on the ball he might get shaky. Why are you making the face? But we need physicality players, man.
I hear
Joe Linton, Christensen. I know he's amazing. He's the better. He one of the. I think after Kubarsi, he's our best defender. But we need physicality. We need someone. We cannot defend against Joe Linton. We need some aggressive players, man. That's Araujo's bread and butter. Come on, guys. What are we doing? This could be a perfect match for Araujo, in my opinion.
No, Fakado. I know you want to speak, but I have to say this real quick. Araujo, this is the thing, guys. It's a double-edged sword. Because if we start Araujo because of the physical matchup against Newcastle, it makes sense. It makes sense. Araujo to cover for like a player like, for example, Gerard Martin when he gets beat for pace. It makes sense. Because also the corners, Araujo is one of our only guys who are over like 6'2". So it makes sense to start Araujo, but they're gonna press the they're gonna.
I just want to say that should we just start him then so we can end this debate and see how he deals with the pressure? Because how are we gonna find out? Like because he needs to play those games. It's better now early in the season than later on.
Yeah, I mean this is the thing, guys. In the chat. Who would be your center back partnership? And also, guys, over 50 people here. Smash up the flipping likes, guys. Let's get at least 45 likes ASAP. But I mean, all right, you know what? For the Newcastle games, I want to hear your guys' back line, right? Because Balde's out. Gerard Martin, guys, he's gonna start. Let's just be honest. But Warrior, let's go with you first, bro. What's your back line?
I have a hot take, man. I'm starting Kunde on the right, Araujo and Christensen. And Gerard Martin, no Kubarsi in this game, in my opinion. Yes, that's what
I'll probably do Garcia on the right, Christensen, Kubarsi center, and Torrance on the left. And my reason is this, right? We're not going to out physical Newcastle. That's not going to happen. Exactly. We need to keep the ball. We need to not make mistakes. We're not going to out physical Newcastle. So we have to make them chase shadows. So we got to keep the ball. We got to be disciplined the entire game. So that's why I think we need. I want the most amount of ball players on the team. People are not going to lose possession. If we lose possession, we're fucked.
And this is the thing, right? I wanted to say Frenkie de Jong might miss that game too. So this is
that's a big concern. Yeah,
because he slows the game down. He slows the game down.
And I was about to say this. I was gonna start Araujo for sure. Right, but once Frenkie goes down, I feel like if Araujo plays, you need Frenkie because Araujo can just play simple to Frenkie, right? If Frankie's not there, I don't know if I'm starting Araujo. No. I was gonna start Araujo until Frenkie got injured. That's my thing.
Not only that, we're gonna miss Frenkie. You know why? Because Newcastle, they're gonna be so overpassionate. They're gonna be pressing us, and Frenkie knows how to basically slow down the game.
Oh
know?
yeah, you're right.
So
tempo.
it's gonna be, he knows how to slow down the game. He reads, like, we're gonna miss a lot of, we're gonna miss him for sure. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
let
But I think he's gonna be there. I think because I'm following the Dutch news, because he played the last game,
Dutch?
like the game before. Yeah, I live in Holland. The first game they played against Poland, the injury is not as bad. Like it's just he will. I think he will make it. He will
It's just a
make
butt
it.
injury.
They're saying the glute injury. I'm confused. What the hell is that?
It's his ass, bro.
That's
His
a
butt
buttock,
got
yeah.
injured.
Yeah,
It's
so
like bottom butt. Like
yeah,
I
your
he
butt up.
probably fell down.
They
Probably
said
fell
he
down.
got BBL, man. They said he's
Hey,
getting BBL.
whoa! Hey, stop that, brother. My brother.
But-
Do you?
Relax.
All right.
But he's gonna
okay,
make it, I think.
all right.
So
So
Fakado, what is your back line?
Are you done? No.
I
Let
was
him
about to
finish.
mention it.
Let him
Yeah,
finish.
Fakado then Rafiki. What's your back line, guys?
Yeah, with me
Rafiki, you go
is-
first.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is we need to stop babysitting Araujo. Like he needs to get there and show what he has. He has to. We need to see him do it because everyone wants to see that as well. And then next to him, Kubarshi, and then left Martin, and that's it. Right back Kunde.
Oh, okay. Hey, Fakado, what you saying, bro? What's your back line?
Before I even get to the back line, I'm gonna start with the midfield. You see, I never hated Frankie at all. Okay, so even though I wanted him gone in the past, Frankie proved me wrong, so I take my L. But this game against Newcastle, this is a game where we need Frankie de Jong because because the way those midfielders of Newcastle, they have Joelinton, they have what's his name, Tonali, and who else they have in the midfield? Joe Willock? No, he's injured.
They have a lot of big guys, bro.
Yeah, like I said,
Bruno.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh my goodness gracious!
But this is the thing. I have to say it. Like, if we keep the ball,
It doesn't matter, guys.
Doesn't
Keep
matter.
the ball.
Like that's the one thing.
I think
two main players injured.
I'm sorry. There's this. We seem to have this EPL mentality about his physicality. No one runs past the EPL. But we all want these physical players, right? If you can't run faster than the ball, again, Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets were not physical players at all, and they had Man United chasing shadows. Right? We need like technical players. Again, that's what Barcelona does. We don't need to be physical. If they could have them running all over the field, we just cannot lose shit possession. So that's my fear. That's why I think Frenkie de Jong is going to be a big miss. It's gonna be. I don't know how.
Yeah.
How? So what's okay? That's my question. What will be your midfield trio then without Frenkie de Jong? Who would you start in the midfield without de Jong?
Now I agree. Like I said, without Frankie in that game against Newcastle, brother, it's gonna look long. Look, I love Casado, but can he handle a big game like this? I don't know, but we see Casado do this.
Yes, he can.
He did, bro.
Listen. Listen. I know. You know what's crazy? I told this fan base if we sell Casado, if we sell Furman, it's gonna be a big mistake. And guess what? I am proven right once again. Alhamdulillah, because Frenkie de Jong is injured, and look, Gavi is not going to be a starter, but he's injured. So guess who we have left? Mark Casado, and I am so glad I am proven right because now, to everybody watching this, listen. Now we don't have Frenkie de Jong, who's arguably our best midfielder. Yes, our best midfielder, who's a better player than Casado, to go to St. James Park, and that is one hell of an atmosphere. PSG went there.
No, but I was gonna say, like, who wanted Casado to get sold? Like, I don't think
some of these TikTok Barca fans, me and Wary can relate to it. Like, brother, they said get him gone, just sell him. You know, guess what? Frankie's injured. We don't know if he's gonna make it. This is Casado's time to step up until Frenkie de Jong comes back. Now, here's what I'm saying: when Frankie comes back, Frenkie de Jong is going to be the starter alongside Pedri, but this game, we need Frenkie de Jong because his qualities, he's going to slow down the game because Newcastle, Joelinton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro Tonali, they're going to press like monsters, man. They're going to press like monsters.
Yes, they are.
So,
but this is the thing. I'm going to say it. Once again, if we keep the ball, who cares? Like,
yes, and Jonas, I believe in Casado because he did this against Bayern Munich, who's been kicking our asses for God knows how long. He did it against the Real Madrid. So can he do it against Newcastle? I believe so. Now for the back line, listen, call me crazy, but Andreas Christensen has to start. Let me tell you why. He knows the Premier League. He has the experience in the Premier League. He must be a starter against Newcastle. Now for the right center back, I don't care if you put Kubarsi, you put Araujo, but you know what? I think we're gonna need Araujo. Look, I love Kubarsi, but in a game like this at St. James Park, brother, you got to sit on the bench because
You're saying Araujo should start.
I love Araujo. You know what? I have to risk it because we are gonna need Araujo's a big, tall, monstrous, athletic body against the likes of big man Nick Woltemade and Dan Burn. 6'2" Dan Burn, you know.
So Ricardo, so why were you laughing at me then when I said Araujo?
Yeah,
You
so
agree with me?
I was listen to me. I was skeptical, but then I was like, you know what? We're gonna need Araujo because he's strong and he's big, you know. And look at Nick. Look. You see how big
Araujo is going to be losing. When Araujo gets pressed, he's going to be losing possession like crazy, and they're going to be countering us right away. That's my problem with Araujo.
Luis Enrique is trending on TikTok.
Speaking of Luis Enrique, you know what's crazy? Yeah, I don't think we should play Araujo against PSG because Enrique pretty much knew how to attack Barca, and we saw that. Araujo, obviously, we all know what he did against PSG, but playing Araujo, we cannot play him against PSG again. If Flick does that, then God help us all. But
I mean, to be honest, Flick, what you say, Enrique, first game Araujo did amazing. Let's be honest. The second game,
the first leg, but the second leg, bro. But
yeah, you know what it is, guys. I feel like Rafiki's low-key right. Like you can't babysit Araujo. Like the dude is what 26.
Exactly.
That brother's in his prime, you know. He's in his prime years, you know. Yeah. He's in his prime.
Listen, we gave him. He got a chance now. He has to show it now. If he doesn't show it, Flick just needs to bench his ass for the rest.
Hey guys,
after that, bro.
I got something to say about
let's say it can go two ways. We can literally, it can end up like the game we had in Liverpool. Remember?
Oh, good God.
We all remember.
No, I don't. I have no I don't remember that game at all.
Please don't.
That game never happened.
It can either end up like that, or we can play well, and win the game. I don't feel like it's gonna be in between.
Brother, please.
I don't think this game is.
I don't want to hear Anfield again, brother.
Yeah, don't mention that name.
I'm just gonna say this. This game, it can only have two outcomes. It can either end up like that, or like we win this game comfortably. I don't feel like it's gonna be in the middle.
Okay, you know what?
Can I say this before we move on, though? And again, Ricardo, you can take over. We have to score in the first 15 minutes or else this is going to be another Rayo Vallecano, in my opinion, bro. They're going to have a low block, and that's why I agree with everyone saying Frenkie de Jong needs to starting, man, because we need to break down these low blocks, man. We saw against Levante in that first half. Casado, I like him. He's very physical. He can handle, but when we have the ball, not playing against a big team, because let's be honest, Newcastle is not going to have the possession like the Bayern games and Real Madrid. They're not going to try to have the possession. So they're going to sit down and counter-attack with Anthony Gordon and Elanga. So we need Frenkie de Jong and Pedri in those double pivot, in my opinion. But go on.
Alhamdulillah, Pedri is ready for the game. Alhamdulillah. But without Frenkie de Jong, brother, I don't know what to say, man. Nick Woltemade, that brother's like 6'5", and Dan Burn, like I said, that's going to scare me. But if anything, we're gonna need Andreas. Okay. I know. I said they're 6 foot. I know.
No, forgot it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is a different level of passion, bro.
Brother. I'm shaking in my boots, bro. I'm shaking.
I'm stressed for like 2 hours, but then I just move on, bro. Like
I'm shaking, but we need Andreas Christensen in this game because he has the experience against the Premier League. I mean, he played for Chelsea, so Christensen must be starter. Or you know what? How about we just play a back three of Christensen, Araujo, and Koundé?
Nah, he's not gonna do that. What the
hell?
heck?
He's not gonna do that.
Let's move on.
Yeah, guys. Let's move on to
one thing I want to say about what Roy said. He said that I don't generally think Newcastle is gonna want to play. They're gonna go on a low block.
You don't think so?
I think I don't think so. They're gonna play, bro. I think they're gonna play, bro. They're gonna go for the win. There's no way they're gonna low block and counter us, bro. They have 12 men. Like literally, they don't do that at home when they're such a big games. Like 12 men, the defense as well.
But I think it's going to be worse for them if they try to attack us, man, because that's what Barcelona wants.
Exactly, that's what Barcelona wants. But we are vulnerable as well.
I'm not phased
that when we play like with the high line.
Somebody said I remind them of Faisal. Brother, I'm not Faisal Hassan. I'm not Faisal Hassan. Brother, do you think I'm Iraqi? Come on.
All right, guys, let's move on, right? Guys, I want to move on to the next topic. Guys, did you guys see that Lamine Yamal, and you know what? Pedri Gonzalez, right? I said Lamine Yamal, and then my guy Warrior, he reminded me that Pedri Gonzalez is the guy. Because, brother, that performance, let's speak a little international ball. We're going to go back to Barcelona, the striker. There's some news, right, that I do want to talk about. But first thing first, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, bro, Spain look unbelievable. I can't lie. I think they're the heavy favorites for the World Cup. Like the way that, and also, guys, for all the people who said I criticized Lamine Yamal and I was overcritical or I'm hating, brother, that is Lamine Yamal at his very best. He could have got 4 assists that
Absolutely,
day.
yes.
And honestly,
he was cooking.
When you play on normal pitches, yeah, of course.
And not only that, he was cooking they were cooking turkey like it's Thanksgiving, man. Give me the turkey, mashed potatoes, and gravy with corn and a cornbread. You know, they were cooking turkey like it's Thanksgiving. When is Thanksgiving? Give me the full meal.
EJ, what are you saying? Did you see did you guys see the Spain game, bro? It was sick.
Yeah. So I saw both of them. So this is where when we criticize Yamal is because we know his potential. We know what Yamal can do when he's in this game. And that was the Yamal we like to see, like making good decisions. I mean, his finishing was kind of off. He wasn't really forcing things, he was passing when he needed to pass. He was playing the team game, so, and that's the type of Yamal I want to see. But on Pedri, though, so I know Pedri was not, it wasn't trained at La Masia, though I think he's from Las Palmas, but I think his father was a Cule actually, though. So he's always followed Barcelona. When I watch Pedri play, I almost never see Pedri make the wrong decision, ever. When you just watch Pedri, he rarely makes the wrong. He may not pull it off, but he rarely makes the wrong decision. He sees the entire field. I love Pedri as a football player. But yeah, I think Spain played pretty well. The Turkey game, that was a spanking. I do think they are the favorites. Not by far, but they definitely are the favorites to win. And I'm looking forward to seeing that Nigeria's not going to qualify, so I'm gonna rock with Spain. But
I watched the game, bro. Nigeria.
Hey! We don't have to talk about that right now. Let's talk
Nigeria is
about
better than Ghana.
Hey, I was born in South Africa, bro. I was born in South Africa, so
let's talk about
AJ,
Spain.
Hey, how's Amapiano?
It's our piano, brother. It's our piano, not my piano. But anyways, yeah. So going back to Spain, yeah. So so what? I guess a lot of the Spanish players play for Barcelona, obviously. So what is sport? So again, I'm not a tactician. I don't claim to do football savant. What is Spain? What is Spain doing differently that Barcelona cannot do? Because they're very aggressive. Also, they press. So what are they doing that Barca cannot? If you remember back in 2008, 2012, the Spanish national team was literally Barcelona. They played exactly the same. Now we have a lot of Barcelona players in Spain right now. Why can't we play the way they play?
There's one thing difference as well. The thing is, in Spain, the players who are on the bench to replace you, there are many more players. So obviously they will put way more effort in the way they play on the field than in Barcelona, because there's no many. We don't have many people. There are even players who are now called up for Spain. Can you imagine? Like Spain they can have 3 national teams and all of them are on the top. So I think one of that has to play. Yeah, the competition, is very high.
But I'm saying in terms of style, it's like when I see Spain play, they're just so unselfish. Like do you really feel like everyone is they're always looking for the best
There's
option,
no ego,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, there's no ego at all. It's almost like there's no, even though Lamine is the star per se, but there's no real superstars. So they're always making the right plays all the time. Those passes Lamine was making, there's some of those he would have probably shot the ball. But I think that's what makes
Oyarzabal, the striker, who is very, very unselfish.
Unselfish, yes, right?
I don't know if you guys saw the second goal where he just passed it to Mikel Moreno, where they had
smart.
He's absolutely amazing link up player.
So smart. I didn't watch.
For the second goal, Pedri scored as well. He had amazing dribbling.
That was him also,
Yeah.
Even that Golasso, if you remember the Golasso Marino scored, right? The long shot. When he got the ball initially, I think Yamal passed him the ball. Even before he took that shot, he was looking, scanning. Is there better options?
Yeah, he's so smart.
No better option. Boom, then he shot it, right? It wasn't just get the ball, shoot, right? So I love the way Spain plays.
Mikel Oyarzabal from Real Sociedad, right?
Yeah, Oyarzabal from Sociedad. But I gotta say this, guys. The way that Spain plays, they play like a club team. I'm not even joking. Like, I've heard a lot of people say, it's true though. They actually play like,
they do.
Bro, honestly, they play like honestly, I could say I was about to say they play better than Barcelona. Would you guys say Spain plays better than Barcelona?
Yeah. No, definitely. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
They're much quicker, bro. They are way quicker.
You guys think attacking wise? I think they're more balanced.
Better.
They're more balanced.
Defensively, they play way better than Barcelona. Spain, or way better
attacking,
than we
yeah.
played.
I mean,
think
to
attacking.
be fair,
But
they
the
have
thing
way
that-
more weapons though. They got so many guys. I mean, like,
Yeah.
But
we could
Oyers
just
Abao
get-
is so smart.
bro, if we had
He's so
all the
smart.
players that Spain had, I'm pretty sure Flick would be unbelievable. But now I think the biggest difference is the defense. Like our defense, bro, it lacks a lot to be desired. It's like the execution is so off right now. While Spain, bro, I can't lie, they look, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I think only one team can knock them off, and that's Argentina. I think genuinely,
Bro,
they're the only
I'm
team
gonna
that-
be honest with they play against the Netherlands, right? Like here, like on the Nations League. If they come against a very good side, they're not like they still like they're not like I cannot say that, man, that Argentina is the only team can knock him out. Any team, Morocco knocked them out at that time. I know it was not the same team,
It wasn't the
but
same.
like it's not the same team, I know, but still, like Spain, when it comes to big tournaments, somehow they take a lot of risks where you sometimes need to be like very like I call it business, like thinking about winning the game. They can be too much exposed behind. So I genuinely think a lot of teams can
Yeah.
knock them out, like the way Barcelona gets knocked out. They just park the bus against Spain,
I agree,
score a
to be
goal,
honest.
and park the bus.
Yeah.
So
well,
why
I
do you
agree.
think-
I'd say
Bar-
they are top 5. To be honest, like Rafiki said, when they face like France, even though France scored some late goals in the Nation League, 5-4, Netherlands. I mean, the big teams or the big nations can actually give them some hard time. I mean, let's be honest. Turkey, actually, if Kenan Yildiz scored a few chances he had, they actually had some couple good counterattacks. They can get beaten if they face a good strikers like Mbappe, Messi. They are not unbeatable, but probably they are top 3 in my opinion.
Top 3
Oh,
for
no,
sure.
definitely. Like from a talent perspective, I gotta say France, Spain, I think they're top 2, and even Portugal, right? But then when it comes to the coaching and just the way that they play, Spain's way better than these teams, bro. Like Spain,
they're better than Argentina as well. They're gonna play against them, right? Soon.
Finalissima. I mean, that's gonna be an interesting game. But I'm just looking at it. I'm like, bro, the only reason why I said Argentina is because Argentina's mentality is ridiculous, man. If you go to a penalty shootout, you know who's winning. Like, it's not a penalty shootout. It's not a 50-50. So, man, I think that one's crazy. But, guys, I do want to move on, right? And I want to speak about this comment because you guys probably all know. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Sorry. I want to mention before we move on from Spain, you guys were talking about Pedri in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
If he keeps going on this path until the next year World Cup, he might win the Ballon d'Or, and you guys might be shocked. Like, if he keep going like the way he's...
That's not ridiculous.
Telling you, bro.
Hey.
Bro, I'm telling you.
That's not ridiculous to say that.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
If he keeps going like this, if he keeps it like this until the World Cup, he's gonna win the Ballon d'Or after that.
Pedri winning a Ballon d'Or.
The only reason I think that might be difficult to do, if Spain wins, if Barcelona does well, and say Barcelona wins a lot and Spain wins the World Cup, it is highly unlikely that's going to happen without Lamine Yamal having a big impact. And typically in those situations, they usually will vote for the flashy goal scorer.
I feel like Lamine is forcing it this year.
I know it's forcing it, but if he does that, Spain is probably not going to win. But if Spain wins, it's probably going to have something to do with it. Yamal is going to probably do well. And if that happens, just in terms of media hype, they're probably going to want to give it to Yamal.
True.
The true football purists might favor Pedri, but I think the fandom as a whole, the media, they're probably going to favor Yamal. So.
But dude, Pedri, I can't lie, guys. Like, what can he not do? No, people always forget Pedri. He plays defense. Like, he's like similar to Iniesta. He's gonna run his socks off, bro. Pedri plays defense, bro. This guy, like, he's gonna run his socks off until he gets tired. Like, Iniesta used to do that for all the flash. Technical ability. The reason why Xavi and especially Iniesta were special is because they also run, and then they got the talent.
A lot.
Pedri's unbelievable. If he adds this goal scoring, like edge of the box, some long shots like we saw against Levante, that's it. That's almost like the perfect midfielder. Like if he's injury free, like I'm not even joking. This guy's unbelievable. He's unbelievable, man.
You gotta add free kicks into his game.
Bellingham, I will be there. I will love
free kicks. Like Xavi used to take back in the days, man. This guy could be perfect midfielder, man. like you guys said, he's complete, absolutely complete, man. And one thing that is completely underrates people underrate about him is defending. Like you guys said, the way this guy wins back the ball, people just see the way this guy is good on the ball, but they forget this guy can actually. He's a crazy ball winner. I feel like he was top one in La Liga last year.
And he does it clean. He also does it so clean. Just take the ball.
Yeah, he does the foul.
He does it clean. Yeah, he doesn't foul. He just takes the ball.
He's clean with it, man.
Nah, he's tough with it. But you know what, guys? Let's move on because there was a hot topic, guys. And I know, I think every Barcelona fan knows Rashad Raymond, right? He comes out with the news. Bro, listen, he put out a very good statement, a tweet, and he said, right, 1 to 2 years fast forward, how would you define Robert Lewandowski's legacy at Barcelona? And I thought this was very interesting because, right, obviously it's the international break. There's not too much to talk about, right? Like, it's only the Spain game, really, that people care about. But I was thinking about it, right? And I've already said, especially, like, with the way that last season ended, Lewandowski, for me, he is a legend. But for you guys, right, what do you guys think about Robert Lewandowski when we're coming back to this conversation in, like, 2-3 years? Like, Lewandowski, what tier? Because I would put him, like, with the Ivan Rakitiches. I mean, you can't put him with Xavi. He hasn't been here, hasn't won a UCL. But he's done a lot for the club, and he came at a time where Lewandowski came at a time where Barcelona were really struggling, and now he's leaving them, and they're a top 3-4 club in the world, even with the financial issues. But where you at, bro? What you saying about Lewandowski's legacy, bro? I thought it was pretty interesting.
If the rumors are true, right? Like if it's true.
I mean, no, we're just saying, like, bro, we're just saying, like, 2 years.
Regardless.
He's
given the context. Given the context that when he joined Barcelona back in 21-22 after a trash season that Xavi saved, by the way, after Ronald Koeman started horrendously and getting knocked out of Eintracht Frankfurt. By the way, he broke the record in Bundesliga, scoring 41 goals in that same season. And the fact that he joined Barcelona the following season tells me this guy is absolutely... The fact that he took this challenge, knowing Barcelona was bad, that already puts him above a lot of players, in my opinion. But fast forward 2 years, he already scored 100 goals for Barcelona. I mean, the only thing this guy is missing, to be honest, is Champions League. He won the Pichichi in his first season. Bro, and by the way, he's amazing to the young players as well. This guy, you can see him playing around with Gavi, the youngster Lamine Yamal. The guy has, given the fact that he has achieved this stuff in his career, he's not like arrogant or... He's just humble, good for the dressing room, example for the young kids, young players, La Masia, man. This guy, man, he's an absolute player. Absolute legend, in my opinion.
Bro, he's way better than what I thought. When we got Lewandowski, guys, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wasn't mad at it. I was super hyped. But I was like, we had a Aubameyang. We didn't need Lewandowski. We got him. I was still very happy. He finished top 5 on Ballon d'Or. I was surprised that he even wanted to join. That was the first thing. And then I was surprised that we pulled it off. And then I was like, okay, once he's here, is he gonna actually still have enough in the tank to actually produce trophies for Barcelona? Can he still score goals? And bro, Lewandowski has actually been phenomenal. He's had 2 good seasons, in my opinion, 1 slump. But you know what? I kind of like write it off because Xavi, the rest of the team, nobody really played well last season outside of like Lamine Yamal, to be honest. So for me, I think it's an absolute success. I would consider him a legend because of, even though he hasn't won the UCL, he came out of place, bro. Barcelona was not an attractable club. But EJ, what are you saying about Lewandowski's legacy in the future?
I do agree with you. I was very surprised when he decided to join Barcelona back then, given his previous status, the fact that Barcelona was a shit team at the time. And I wasn't quite expecting him to perform as well as he did. So from that perspective, yes, I think he was a very good player for Barcelona. I mean, so he won two La Ligas. He scored 40 goals last year, 40. And that's with injuries, 43, like with injuries. So, I mean, I think he's done very well for Barcelona. I wouldn't necessarily call him a legend. I think we tend to throw that term around quite flippantly. So I wouldn't call him a legend per se. So the legends, I mean, I think for a club like Barcelona, you have to have won the Champions League and have contributed significantly to that championship run. to be a legend or play for an extended period of time and be successful during that time. And I don't think Robert Lewandowski reaches that status, but again, I don't want to diminish his accomplishments at all. He was a very great player for Barcelona. I appreciate his service. I hope he leaves after this year. But I don't know if I would call him a legend per se,
Can
though.
I say that? Yeah. You have to give him some context because first of all, he goes 33. So he cannot play more than 5 seasons.
And that's not his fault. That's not his fault. Yeah, he was 33, but that's I mean, he can't help that. But I still have to assess his accomplishment in his time during the club. We've had Champions League winners. We've had Ballon d'Or winners that won the Ballon d'Or while at Barcelona. So to me, those are legends, right? I'm talking about the Romarios. Even I would actually consider, again, we've been biased. Not R9 to me. Original R9 is more of a legend to me than Lewandowski. Even if they played one season, and there's a reason why. But let me finish. That was such an iconic season. I think that's legendary status. Suarez. I mean,
Suarez is a legend.
Suarez is a legend. So to me, those are legends, right?
This is a good
Lewandowski out in
EJ, is he top 5?
Better than Luis Suarez to me.
Is he a top 5 striker for Barca? Strictly Barca.
Just for Barca in terms of Barca performance. Let me see.
Suarez is in there.
Oh, that's okay. Ronaldo, Suarez, Kluivert.
What about Eto'o? 2 final goals.
Eto'o. So Ronaldo, Kluivert, Suarez, Eto'o. Ooh, hold on.
David Villa was David Villa.
And I would take what's his name. So what's his name? Why am I forgetting?
David Villa, was he not striker or what was he?
Not Pedro.
Alexis Sanchez, maybe? I don't know.
No, not
David
Sanchez.
Villa.
Who plays David Villa? Yeah. So those are my top 5. Yeah.
He even scored in Champions League final.
Yeah, so for me, it would be Ronaldo. Hold on, so let me go. So Ronaldo, Kluivert, David Villa, I can't remember. So Ronaldo, Kluivert, David Villa, Eto'o, and who was the 5th one again? And Suarez.
No Romario. No Lewandowski. That's crazy.
Romario, yes, but I just Lewandowski. I don't know.
AJ, you like R9 too much. You like R9.
I love it. I love R9. R9 is the best ever, man.
For one season.
Yes, 49 goals. 40. Dude, he was 19 years old and scored 49 goals.
Yes, amazing, incredible season.
19 years old. Yes.
Did Barca win something back that season?
Yes, they won the UEFA Cup and the Copa del Rey. I think they won two titles. Didn't win La Liga though.
But
I'm biased. That's my bias.
I'm saying my top 5.
Listen, top 5?
Bro, there's 7 elite strikers off the top of my head. So 2 of them are just gonna be left out. But for me, I'm putting Suarez for sure. I'm putting Eto'o for sure because Eto'o is a good game player, right? Bro, I think I'm putting Romario. For me, I'm putting Romario.
Romario, that's fair. I'll take that.
Come on, I think you gotta put him. I think that's the top 3 for me. And then I'm looking at
was Rivaldo a striker or a 10?
Kind of 10-ish.
But
he's kind of Ronaldinho.
Hold up. Didn't he win his Ballon d'Or at Barcelona?
Yeah, Ballon d'Or Barca.
I think he had iconic moments for Barca, man. He had iconic moments. You guys remember when the hat trick
with the bicycle kick
against Valencia? Yeah.
With that bicycle kick,
Barcelona in the top 4.
That's crazy. I can't lie. I watched the highlights, bro. Obviously, I didn't watch back then, but
you were not born, yeah.
Nah, brother, I was not born.
I was born as well.
I did my research. Rafiki, were you born then, bro?
I was born in 1998, so I don't know when that was. When was this? In 2000?
I think it's
2002 or 1.
It was 2001 or something.
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, 1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a baby.
No, okay. I can't give it a top 5, bro. I'm gonna give it top 3. I said Romario probably at 3.
I'd say who is number 1 for everyone?
Order, bro. I feel like, you know what? I don't know.
Number 1.
Is there a definitive best striker? Is it just free flowing? Would you say?
The free flowing.
For us, probably Suarez then. Suarez, in terms of striker, for just one best Barcelona striker. I think it was Suarez.
Yeah,
I think Eto'o has a good shout to me. Samuel
Nah,
Eto'o,
you guys are
I
right.
mean-
Villa, what's it called? David Villa definitely has a shout, bro. Because he was.
I think Eto'o has a shout to be one of the best strikers that Barcelona had. in my
Two
opinion.
Champions League final goals. I mean, the way
What about
and
Eto'o?
That's fair.
Ronaldinho
No,
saving
yeah, that's fair. Eto'o, yeah.
Eto'o for sure. But
Eto'o.
Eto'o, he was.
I
He was
can't
good.
believe Pep got rid of Eto'o, by the way. That was a big mistake, in my opinion, getting rid of Eto'o for Zlatan. That was a big mistake, man. Big mistake.
Nah,
I mean, in
So
hindsight,
the
to be
reason why
honest,
the reason
on
why I don't
paper-
think so. The only reason I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that though, after Pep got rid of Eto'o, we had the greatest Barcelona team ever, right? So I think Eto'o was a great talent, but I think Messi,
Oscar, what's up, bro?
Villa, and Pedro fit better for what Pep was trying to do, and that brought
Villa
out the
came
best
later,
in
right?
Messi. You know what I'm
Huh?
saying? Come good.
Villa came a year later, right? Or it was
Yeah,
He
it came
in
after
the
Eto'o, yeah.
2010-11 season. That's the same season where we absolutely dominated Manchester United 3-1. Yeah.
I think David Villa, to be honest, he was more of a striker when he was playing for Valencia. But when he came for Barcelona, he was just all over. Like on the left side, he was coming off the left. He was not like a typical number
Inverted
9, like
winger, yeah.
box striker. But it worked for Barca, though. It worked for Barca.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, I'm gonna say this, guys. Lewandowski for me, still a legend, right? But what would you guys say? Like, who do you guys want as like the best, like the next striker once he leaves? Because for me, guys, I'm not gonna lie.
Alvarez.
The striker position. Think of all the names we said: Romario, Rivaldo, R9, right? Suarez, Eto'o,
Gary Lineker.
Ibrahimovic. We didn't even mention, right?
Alvarez,
All
man.
these guys.
Alvarez.
bro.
Let's not
Who do
forget
you
our
guys
guy
want?
Memphis.
Because
Don't forget
wait,
Memphis,
Rafiki,
bro. Don't
Rafiki.
forget Memphis Depay, bro. Like
Hey!
he
Hey!
just
Martin Braithwaite.
Hey, listen,
No,
he
no,
just
no,
broke
this is the
the
thing.
Dutch.
We
He
can-
just broke the
The
Dutch
young.
goal
How about
Hey,
the
listen,
young?
Rafiki since
Nah,
you
come on, guys.
put
Hey,
the
listen,
Dutch
Memphis.
players, let's add Luke de Jong, man.
Luke de
Memphis-
Jong,
No,
yeah,
no,
Luke
no,
de
no,
Jong.
Guys,
Hey,
come on.
listen,
Here's my
Memphis
hot
just
take on
broke
who
the
should be a
the Dutch record, bro. Come on,
Yeah, I saw
like.
that.
Now, if
Yeah,
you
but-
talk about
So what striker? So what striker? So I would
Yeah.
take Alvarez. I think Alvarez is a classic Barcelona striker. So I
He's-
think a Barcelona striker cannot just be a poacher. You don't have to pass. You have to have good ball playing skills. So for instance, if Barcelona signs Haaland, I'm leaving this earth. Like
We need
Haaland should
ASAP,
never. Haaland should never
AJ,
ever play for
He
Barcelona.
scored
That's
5
crazy.
today.
Wait.
Bro,
Let me land.
as we speak, he scored 5 goals today.
Brother, I was about
Haaland,
to
who
say,
cares? Like
Okay.
Haaland is not. Haaland is
Nah.
not.
I would take
Barcelona.
Haaland.
You take Haaland of Alvarez.
Yes.
Hear me
Yeah.
out. Lewandowski, it's not like he's dropping deep and stuff. Like he stays up there. Bro, Haaland could do the same thing as this Lewandowski.
AJ,
But
I agree
here's
with
the
you on
thing, so I think what you guys seem to. So if Lewandowski was able to drop deep and contribute to that build up play, how much better do you think Barcelona would be? How much more fluid? Look at Spain. Look at Spain. Look how Spain plays. They don't play traditional number 9s. Your number 9 cannot just be a goal scorer. You have to be able to do it. Look at Manchester City right now, right? People don't realize this is Haaland joined Manchester City. They've really they won that treble, but they haven't really played that fluid type of game they used to play back in the days. They're very static and predictable. You need your number 9 to be able to do more than
but
just sit
it's
in the
not-
box and score
AJ,
goals. It's
but
not just
that's
about
not on
scoring.
Holland. But that's not on Holland, though. That's on
Yeah,
Pep
but
Guardiola's
it's not,
system.
because Haaland cannot participate in other aspects of the game. He just sits there, so they're playing one man
but-
down, waiting
Yeah,
for the
but
ball
I
to come
agree.
to him.
I agree,
Link
but that's
up.
what Pep Guardiola wants from him. He wants him
I have
to
a hot
be
take,
there,
guys.
basically.
I can't lie. I have a hot take. If Hansi Flick's the manager, I want Haaland. But if it's not Hansi Flick, hear me out. If we have like Enrique coming back, or if we have like one of these Spanish managers, I think Alvarez is a way better fit because these
But
guys
I don't
can make the
know.
striker play with the ball.
I feel Alvarez is a bit overrated, man. I generally he's not convinced me enough to be a top
Really?
striker.
When we
Yeah,
played
bro.
against him, he was causing problems.
He's absolutely amazing. But I agree with AJ on the part of Barcelona. Traditionally, they have a striker that can amazing on the ball, dribble, link up play, amazing. Not only a
Suarez, all of
but
those.
we have Hansi Flick.
True.
We have Hansi Flick who likes to have like Lewandowski's, Choupo-Moting's, like the striker who can score goals, make runs.
So why are we assuming? So why are we assuming that's what Hansi Flick likes? So that's just what he had. How do we know Hansi Flick is not going to play with Alvarez? We're just assuming because he always had those type of strikers. That's the type of strikers. This is no. How do we know that he's not going to do it with Alvarez?
Because when he went to Germany, he decided to call up Nicholas Füllkrug, who's also a striker that.
Yeah,
is
true.
is
What other
poacher.
options did he have
He had probably
in
like
Germany?
he could if you want to talk a profile similar
Havertz.
to Alvarez, he could have put like
Havertz.
Sergio Gnabry. He could
No,
Havertz, yes.
I mean, when he was
You know
in
what I mean?
Germany, when Hansi Flick was in Germany, it was called the German national team. What other options did he have to play at the 9?
I mean, he had probably
Okay, he had Kai Havertz.
maybe.
He had what's it called, Fulkrug. I remember
Yeah.
Fulkrug playing in that World Cup, and Fulkrug was he the guy starting though? I don't think he.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
he's on the
I think
bench.
I think Havertz was starting. To be
Havertz
honest.
had some of those games, man.
No, but this is my point, guys. My point is this. My point was this. Barcelona cannot get no bum off the street. Because let me tell you guys something that I'm not accepting. And I might actually be Laporta out if this happens. If Laporta says, no, I'm not joking. I'm the biggest Laporta defender. If Laporta doesn't give us Alvarez, Haaland, or maybe there's another prospect like an Ekitike or somebody else.
Ekitike?
Laporta, hear me out. If Jan Laporta comes home to the Barcelona fans and he brings us Lautaro Martinez, I'm breaking my monitor. I'm not even I see Lautaro. Brother, this guy's been linked with the move for years. I can't handle it.
Bro.
And once again, look at our history. Our striker, bro, it's been a thing. As much as we have number 10s, Dino, Messi, you can name the rest. Bro, we always have elite strikers. And
We don't have.
what's it called? Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to say we don't have much. It's true. Like Alvarez, we don't have much else going on out there, right? Because Haaland has a
that's
10-year
true.
contract. Isak just went to Liverpool. Ekitike, Liverpool. Like we don't have many strikers out there, top strikers that are available, right? Or what? Other than Alvarez.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's someone in La Masia, man. We just find someone from La Masia. I'd much rather have. Yeah. And so if we're going to get a striker, once again, an elite striker, not some basic ass striker. If we're not going to do that, find someone from La Masia. Tony Fernandez could play the 9 when he wants to, you know.
What?
So not Tony Fernandez. It's his cousin, Roy Gullit Fernandez. One of those. We haven't played. I don't care. Have a Barca, get a La Masia player, put him as number 9, and see what happens.
Have we ever produced a striker? Have we ever produced a top striker?
No,
we
I
haven't
don't
tried.
think so.
We haven't tried.
Because most top strikers, they have like a very good build up. They like I remember Suarez. He started in Holland at Groningen, I think, and before he left Uruguay, I think, wherever he came from. Strikers, they usually like to go slow. Same with Isak and stuff, like going from one club to other club. Like that's how they develop their game really good.
But that's just because that's how it happened in the past. Does not mean things can't change. We
But
never
if he
thought.
goes from La Masia,
We never
the
thought we
issue-
were going to get a 15-year-old winger
but the
starting for
winger we
Barcelona,
produced
right?
wingers. But the thing is, like a striker when he comes from La Masia to Barcelona, he has to like deliver right away. You know, like it's not as easy as a winger or a midfielder. You know, like strikers it's a very tough position to.
I've seen some reports saying that Ferran Torres could be our next main striker.
I don't know. And this is also. I was about to say that, like, apparently, like Barcelona.
He scored again.
No, but this is
even for Spain.
No, this is the thing. I think, guys, I'm gonna say, if Barcelona are still dealing with these financial issues, I could see Ferran like for next season being the striker, and I'm not in favor of that. I have to say it right here, right now.
Yeah.
I like Ferran; he's doing good under Flick, but
he's scoring. Even for Spain, he's scoring.
It's the only option that we have until we can get out of this financial situation. I don't like Ferran either, but it's the only option we have right now. Despite,
I like Ferran under
that will
Flick,
be underwhelming, to be honest.
but
It will be underwhelming.
That's the thing. It's a bit underwhelming. And listen, I like Ferran under Flick. Before Flick, I didn't like Ferran. I'm going to be honest. A lot of people, they don't admit it. They wanted Ferran out. I wanted Ferran out of this club, but before even Rafinha, right? But when I'm looking at Ferran Torres to be our number 9, I don't know if he could do it all year long. Like he goes in these patches. Like Ferran goes in these patches where he's super hot and he's like, yo, he should be starting. And then
let's talk.
He's not composed enough. That's the new Ferran Torres.
I agree.
Okay, let's also talk about Rafinha. How long have we have this guy on his top? We need to think about his replacement as well. How long is he gonna go?
I mean, he's still young, no? He's 28.
How old is he?
28.
I think he's 28, 29. But this is the thing with Rafinha. I would sell him.
But we need pace.
When Flick leaves, maybe that's when you think maybe to cash out. But I don't know. I mean, Rafinha's been doing his thing.
So why not play Rafinha as striker? Like a false kind of striker, though. Why not experiment in that?
Yeah.
He makes good runs.
That's a good
experiment
shot.
Rafinha as striker. See how he does.
I liked when Rafinha and Rashford started together against that game against Como.
But
They
yeah, but
actually
I would have
good.
Rafinha striker though, and Rashford on the left. But I mean, that's a combination that one can try and see how it works. You know, so.
True.
Yeah, but in game they were interchanging in the game, so that's why it was very fluid against Como. But
no, guys, chat. I agree. Ferran is good, but I don't know if Ferran's the guy. Like, remember which game was it? Was the Athletic game where he rounded the goalkeeper and then he missed from last year? And I'm like, yeah, this is why it's bad. It's hard to back you because I'm like, okay, Ferran Torres, he's scoring. You know what? The Ferran hype, the shark, I hear it. But then, like, he'll let me know that he's Ferran and he's not Robert Lewandowski. And that's the thing with it. I think Barca, like, I think, Warrior, you're right, bro. Listen, it would be a bit underwhelming if, like, we still have these finances and Ferran's a striker only. Man, I don't know about that.
He might perform really well, though. I do see him games like the games that we're going to play against Newcastle. Like, games like that, he kind of shines out, though, like, because I don't know. He's really good at running into spaces and stuff. And I think against Newcastle, he might surprise us.
he scored a hat-trick against them, by the way, when he was playing for City.
Yeah.
When he was playing for City.
Okay, exactly. That's what I mean. He's good against those teams, you know.
At that stadium as well, St. James Park.
Oh wow!
So
yeah, but that was
I didn't know that, by the way, Warrior. I didn't know that. I didn't.
That's not Newcastle of today. So that's a much different team.
That's true.
But I guess my other question. My other question. So, if we're going to buy this elite striker, the amount of money we're going to have to spend on that striker, could that be spent in other parts of the team that needs probably more strengthening than the striker position? Because I feel like the striker, that's just one person. If the other team the rest of the team is not functioning well behind that striker becomes useless. Right, so I think there are other, like Fernan did, there are left back position, for instance. That's something we need to strengthen. You know, our defense is something we need to strengthen. So if we spend all that money on a striker, how are we going to strengthen the other parts of the team? Again, we're not the richest club right now. We don't have a lot of money. So those are things I think we have to think about before trying to go. Because any striker worth their weight, that team is going to be requesting a lot of money to get that striker. It's not going to be cheap. Strikers are expensive.
Facts, but guys, I want to do quick fire, right? We're probably gonna wrap up with this, but let's do quick fire because we talk about the Newcastle, the defense, the midfield, real quick, guys. Everybody, I'm gonna say right now. Actually, I'm gonna go last. I'll be last with this. Warrior, what's your midfield for Newcastle away? Because I think that's, bro. There's Casado, or some people are saying Bernal because
he's not ready.
Probably missing it. I don't think Bernal's gonna happen.
The guy didn't even play, right?
Should I say all the three?
All three, bro.
Okay, Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, and Dani Olmo.
Oh, that's a big one. Olmo over for me.
Yeah.
EJ, what are you saying, bro?
Frankie's not playing.
If Frank is playing, then I would definitely go Pedri, Olmo, and Frankie. If Frank is not playing,
I don't think
so if Frankie is okay, then I'll probably go Pedri, Olmo, and Firmino then.
Pedri, Olmo, and Firmino.
And Firmino, yeah.
That's 210.
Wait.
Pedri, Olmo, and Firmino, yes.
You can't play 210s.
Why not?
But how are you gonna have Olmo and Fermin Lopez on the same pitch? Like that's
so again, no, that's what I'm saying. So we're trying to keep the ball, control the ball completely. I'm not really thinking about defensive midfielder right now. I want three players that could pass the ball quickly and be effective offensively. We're not going to. I don't think we're going to win this game trying to go defend. We're not.
AJ,
have we played games where we control the games like the whole time? Like there sometimes we don't control the game as well.
Absolutely.
But we need to try to do that though. We need to try to do that. So for me, it's a very high energy player. Frankie and Pedro can keep the ball. I need those three players. I'd much rather have those three players on the midfield and keep the ball than to try to have some, because Casado in my mind is not. I think he's going to get frazzled. He's going to lose possession way too often.
But AJ, can I say this though? You need two. You killing Pedri in this formation because you need someone who can help Pedri receive the ball. First of all, from the first phase, receive the ball from the defenders, and then when we face transitions, Olmo, first of all, is not going to track back. Let's be honest. Fermin Lopez is already in the third attacking position.
You think Fermin Lopez cannot track back?
No, he will,
but he will be tired. But in the 30th minutes, because first of all, should he attack? and then defend at the same time, it will be very difficult.
No, I
And
was
it's
gonna say
not
this.
it's
like
not realistic as well. Flick won't do it because he hasn't done it before.
And it's like the defense, like I know you're not thinking about defense, but I'm like defensive awareness. It's like positional, like you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
Danny Olmo and Fermi, like they're not number 8, so maybe Olmo can get away a game, but that's like maybe against like a team like Mallorca, like a game like Newcastle
Or Getafe.
Yeah, something like that. But like Fakado, what are you saying for your midfield 3, man?
If Frankie is fit and he is available for Newcastle, I'm putting Frankie in that 11. If not, I'm putting Casado, Pedri, and I'm taking Fermin Lopez because I don't think Newcastle are going to sit back and defend deep and play a nasty 5 at the back low block like Atletico Madrid and the Getafe. So I think this might be a game where I could see Fermin starting, but I think Flick is going to start Danny Olmo. But I think this is a game where we're going to need Fermin Lopez, because the way these Newcastle players press, like their midfield, they press aggressive. I think this will be a good game for Fermin to start in. So I'm going Fermin, Pedri, and if Frankie is fit and available for the Newcastle game, I'm starting him because I don't think he's going to play against Valencia. But if Frankie is not fit, then I'm going to go with Casado, Pedri, and Fermin. That's me.
Whoa. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. By the way, Flick is suspended for this game against Newcastle, which is weird.
Shit. And his assistant manager, Marcus Sorg, as don't forget.
Maybe. I mean, like, I don't know how much it's going to affect the players, but maybe the halftime.
Thiago is back, right?
I don't really care. Let's see, bro.
Flick, he would have a better view on top to
bro.
Honestly, I hate UEFA for suspending Flick because how are you going to give that man a fine when Inter Milan clearly robbed us? I mean, UEFA gives him a fine and a suspension, which makes no fucking sense,
Wait, guys, why did he get suspended? Like
because of the Inter Milan game where we lost 4-3, there was controversy in the game.
What did he do though? Like, did he?
He was protesting at the referee because of his terrible decisions. That referee, Simon, whatever, Marciniak, that Polish referee, that robbed Atletico Madrid, that robbed Bayern Munich, the same referee in the World Cup final, brother. I'm being serious.
Wait, Fakado, but my thing is this, okay? But why is he so like he criticized the ref, so he gets the suspension? Like that?
Yes, he got a fine. Yeah.
Bro, UEFA needs
that's ridiculous, man.
You know what guys, you know what we need? You know what UEFA needs, bro? We need freedom of speech, bro. Like, shout out America. What the hell is that? So you can't speak out against the rest and you're just
bro.
Now, Rafiki, what's your midfield 3, bro?
To be honest, like if my guy Frankie is there, obviously we're gonna start him. And I feel like he's gonna be there because I know he does work really hard to basically get better when it comes to small injuries. But if he's not there, I will go with very tough, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Losing Frankie, but I'll go for I think Casado somehow. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt just because of how he played against Madrid, and Pedri next to him. And Olmo, because I don't remember a game where Fermin does start the game, and when he does get a chance, he just doesn't perform sometimes when he does get the chance.
This is why he got suspended.
I have a question. Wasn't Casado subbed at halftime against Madrid, if I remember correctly, and they brought Frankie in?
Yeah,
Right,
that was
to the first Madrid game, right? Casado was subbed off because we had no control over that game at all. Like if we remember the first El Clasico, Casado was in that midfield and we're getting rushed, and he was subbed off to bring in Frankie. Casado cannot control high intent.
He got subbed off after he assisted AJ. He got subbed off.
He did get an assist, but no. After the assist,
Wait,
I thought that was Bayern.
I think I think
you think about Bayern.
Went off.
No, he gave the assist to Lewandowski for the first goal, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
Between the lines.
I think Danny Olmo is the guy who got subbed off, and Frankie came in.
Yeah, that was Danny Olmo who had a bad first half.
No. Against Real Madrid, Fermin got subbed off for Frankie.
Was it Fermin?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
Casado was actually amazing.
The number 10 got subbed off in that first Real Madrid Clasico, and Pedri became the 10. Pedri was the 10, and it was Casado, Frankie, the double pivot. But yeah, Pedri's you're right. Frenkie de Jong's impact, it is very big. But
yeah, so Frankie, Casado, and then Olmo for me, because Fermin, I generally so he performs when they substitute him on, he plays really well, and then he gets a chance on the next game to start, and then he just doesn't do what he's supposed to do. Like he struggles against low block teams as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Olmo at the 10. I don't think Frenkie makes it, to be honest, guys. So I'm just gonna be realistic. I think Casado and Pedri, and just run back last season. But guys, smash up the flipping likes, guys. Subscribe to the channel, guys. We have over 50 people here right now. Minimum of 50 likes, guys. Actually, come on now. Do not be freeloaders. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's get 1,500 subs. And also for Rafiki and Warrior Cooler, they got channels. Subscribe to them. Search them up on the search bar. Next time, I'm going to have their links in the description, right? So I can get everybody who's got a channel, right? Just trying to build up the community, guys. Smash up the likes and subscribe. Any last words from you guys, bro?
The reason Flick got suspended was because of violent conduct, I think. Him and his assistant manager.
Violent conduct.
What did he do? Did he beat up the ref?
No. Hansi Flick and his assistant Marcus Sorts have been punished with a fine of 20 million euros and a one-game suspension in UEFA club competitions for violating the general principles of conduct and basic rules of decent conduct, which makes no sense to me. Makes no sense.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but UEFA's acting like a bitch.
Hey, you know what happened, guys? You know where it is? Flick said, "Meet me at the car park." That's what he said. Meet me outside.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Every time I'm telling you, Inter Milan. I swear to God, that game against Inter Milan was a huge scandal and a huge robbery, and pretty much we saw everything on there. But like I said, karma's a bitch. Inter already held 5.
Inter Milan always plays prime. I don't know, like they
Brother,
always play the best
why
game
did they
against
turn
us.
up against Barca, bro?
Hey,
guys,
hey.
I
don't know.
have to wrap up, guys. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Guys, we're gonna be back on Tuesday next week. If any of you are available, guys, big up, smash up the likes. I'm gonna probably be live on Thursday or Friday. Probably a video coming out tomorrow or the next day too. So just stay tapped, bro. When I make a post, just you know what I'm saying. Y'all know what to do. Big up, guys. Stay safe.
See ya.
Man. Be safe, guys.
Barça.
Fisca Barça. Fisca Catalunya.